Welcome everyone to today's webinar, Intro to Color. We're going to focus on Brocato Color, specifically the Vibracolor Permanent system, as well as Brocato Color Project DEMI. With me this morning is Jesse Skittrell, a colorist and senior team member from Swank Style Studio in Everett, Washington, just north of Seattle. And I'm Gary Call, the Vice President of Brocato, here hosting. And we look forward to having a great webinar today. Thanks for joining us. And we hope to have a great amount of information on an introduction to Brocato Color, how it works. A way to find out more about Brocato is to join us via social media. There's a number of ways you can connect with us. The primary way to check us out is to join us on Facebook. We post on Facebook often and try to stay connected and having a continuing fashion conversation about Brocato and fashion on Facebook. You can always check out YouTube. Our YouTube channel tends to be fairly professional at Brocato Salon on YouTube. On our YouTube channel, we have an archive of all of our previous webinars that you can check out. On Instagram, we post the latest fashion things we're seeing and some technique ideas. And on Twitter, of course, we're always talking about products, techniques, and things that may be of interest to you as a stylist. The easiest way to find any of our social media outlets, as well as to find out more about Brocato, is to go to our website at brocatotoday.com. brocatotoday.com, in the upper right-hand corner or along the bottom of the page, you'll find links to all of our social media. You'll also find places where you can register to receive our newsletters. Receiving our newsletters will make sure that you get invitations to future webinars, as well as the most current information about Brocato promotions and the goings-on at Brocato. On our website, you'll also find product knowledge information, places to register your VibraStraight irons and find out the most you can about what's going on in our world. So without any further ado, we'll move forward with today's webinar, Intro to Color. Jesse, you ready?
Yes, thanks, Gary. I appreciate it. I'm very excited to come and share this information with everybody. We're really taking a good look at what makes Brocato Vibracolor Permanent hair color different than everything else. But before we actually start with that, what I wanted to kind of hit real quick is, as we as hairdressers standing behind the chair, is what are we looking for in a hair color brand? We have sales consultants that come through our door every single day of our lives and hand us the next latest and greatest technology that comes across our table. But what I really want to do is separate ourselves a little bit from the brand for a second and say, what is that we're actually looking for? And then we'll kind of show you how we've really addressed that with Brocato Vibracolor Permanent hair color. So some of the things that you look for in color qualities is the latest technology. It's obviously going to be built into your color as well. And you want to make sure that it's, when you're talking about latest technology, really understand the tool that you're looking for. What is the alkalizer, or better yet, with a lot of our ammonia-frees, what is the secondary alkalizer that goes into it? And we're going to discuss that more and how to adjust that. Of course, you want durable, long-lasting results, great coverage, blondes that lift, incredible reds. All are going to be very important to you, but the one thing I do like to encourage people is I really find that, you know, hair color, for us to say that hair color doesn't fade is really a misnomer. Hair color ages. And when you take a look at hair color, you really want to make sure that you discuss what is the age out and what is the tone of that going to be as it ages out of the hair. And what's it going to look like? Does it go off the chart or does it go up the chart? And again, we'll discuss Brocato and how it ages up the chart, not off the chart, as well as economical pricing. Break it down to your price per application so that you can really do the math on what you're going to be spending on color. A good number to work off of is you're going to spend about $250 a month per hairdresser that's full-time behind the chair. And that'll give you a good idea of what your budget should look like, as well as an opportunity to have low inventory. I know myself personally, we have 2 salons, and low inventory and manageable inventory is going to be quite important to me, not having 50,000 colors that I have to manage and keeping the inventory of exactly what we need to maintain our creativity, but at the same time have everything we need to do our job. So
Jesse,
let's take a look. Yes,
Jess,
sir.
while we're on this picture, you may notice, if you're familiar with Brocato Color in the past, you'll notice a brand new image here. We're in the process of re-imaging the visual look of our packaging. Nothing's changed in formulation, but we're changing the look of the package. So this is the first glance for some of you, if you've seen our packaging before, of the new Vibracolor Permanent packaging that will be coming your way and transitioning. So we just wanted to give you a preview of what that's going to look like.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Gary. So one of the points of difference that's a little bit different about Brocato Vibracolor Permanent Hair Color is it's brand new, built from the ground up. And the reason I make such a big deal about that is most people don't understand when you manufacture hair color, when a company has done shampoo for an extended period of time, usually what happens to jumpstart them into the color business, they take a brand and they private label it and put their label on it. So you really don't have control of all the ingredients and the performance that's going into the brand. We chose not to do that with Vibracolor Permanent Hair Color, and we built it brand new from the ground up. So you're going to see some technology that's built into it, and it's very well thought through all the way across. We used German inspiration because we all know as hair colorists that German hair color has a tendency to dominate the market. So we used that as our inspiration, but we wanted to make sure it was American made so that we had access to all the raw materials and be able to make it ourselves here and have access to it quickly so we don't slow down that supply chain. So it's very key difference that it's actually brand new, built from the ground up, and German inspired and American made. One of the first unique technologies that we built into the product is called LAO technology. LAO stands for low ammonia odor technology. And this is vitally important because right now we're seeing a lot of hair color brands that are coming onto the market that are ammonia free. And so a couple things have happened over the last 10, 15 years in the ammonia free segment. One, the labeling laws have changed to where if you're under 1% in ammonia content, you can claim ammonia free on your labeling. And two, there's been a lot of secondary alkalizers that have been brought onto the market. The challenge with the secondary alkalizers is while they have no odor to them whatsoever, which is usually the most offensive part to the hair color service, is that smell that's associated with ammonia. Since there's no odor to a secondary alkalizer, you assume that there's less damage being done to the hair. The challenge with those are that they're a viscous, syrupy substance, and it requires about 10 times the amount of secondary alkalizer to do the same job as ammonia. Whereas ammonia is an organic gas that naturally breaks down over a period of 20 to 30 minutes. And that's that smell that you smell, is that breakdown. So what we've done is we've introduced LAO technology into the color, which actually suppresses the ammonia odor and traps it into the cream of the hair color itself. So you'll notice about 80% of the color fragrance is completely gone. I know in my salon it's been very unique and interesting because we're spoiled. We don't realize that the low LAO technology, low ammonia odor exists until somebody, you try another brand for whatever reason and you have that smell and you go, oh wow, and become very, very spoiled by LAO technology. It's probably one of our favorite parts in the salon of using Vibracolor Permanent Hair Color as well. The second thing that you'll notice about Vibracolor Permanent Hair Color is it's completely predictable, and it was designed like this on purpose. Number one, the permanent hair color matches the demi-permanent color, so the names and the numbers are consistent all the way across the board. So if you can choose the color that is as gentle as possible on the hair, and the tube you choose is the tube you use. The way that the color was created on the lookbook is the neutral series is done on white hair. So it gives you the best representation of what it's going to look like on gray hair. All the other swatches are done level on level, so it gives you a better understanding of what they're going to look like, including the underlying pigment. So we can now use the lookbook as a communication tool with our guests as well. So if your natural level's within 2 levels, one direction or the other, the tube you choose is the tube you use, and it's going to match the swatch every time, which is unusual with most books that are on the market. You really can't use the lookbook as a communication tool. In this situation, you really can use it as a communication tool. Some of the unique technology differences that are built into the product is there's some next generation performance that's going on. The color is actually an emulsion. Vibracolor Permanent Hair Color is an emulsion-based technology, which is new and unique on the market, and it's a new category. Typically in the past, we've had liquids, creams, and gel bases for hair color. Emulsion-based technology is a way that I can actually take 2 components, blend them together, but have them retain their separateness. So think about your oil and vinegar at the Italian restaurant, how you whip it up and it begins to separate over a period of 10, 15, 20 minutes, and it maintains its vinegar and its oil components separately, but it's still in and of itself. We've been able to do that with Brocato and include some bases that are very unique, such as green tea extract, which is a very strong antioxidant, which prevents color from aging. We have Maru butter, which hydrates the interior structure of the hair and keeps that hair hydrated so that you don't lose. We all know that if you have dehydrated hair, you lose color, as well as palm kernel oil, which smooths the exterior of the hair shaft, and macadamia nut, which is the precursors to amino acids, which build and restructure the protein structure inside the hair as well. So you really are able to impart care to the hair and nourishment and get healthy, uncompromised hair with brilliant color and long-lasting shine and durable, long-lasting results. We've partnered that with oxidative hair color. So we use a much smaller dye. In the last 10 years, the technology has been made available to us to really be able to use a micropigmented dye that's much smaller, so we don't have to lift the cuticle quite so much. We can push it right underneath the cuticle of the hair without exaggerating that cuticle. And we have oxidative pigments that interlock with each other and become trapped inside the hair. That's known as pyrosol technology, and that technology has been opened up on the market, so we've been able to access that with Brocato's Vibracolor Permanent Hair Color and partner that with the unique base that we have going on, giving us an incredible, healthy, happy, shiny hair over a period of time. Now, from a colorist perspective, where that's a real advantage for you is when you go to lighten hair color and you apply lightener of some sort over that previously colored hair, it will go through a normal process of lightening. So you don't have those odd shades of salmon or pink or whatever the case may be going on. The other part about that is that also allows us to have control of our underlying pigment in the hair. So when the hair color ages, it ages up the chart, not off the chart. So that beautiful, cool blue, red level 6 doesn't become a level 8 yellow or yellow orange over a period of 8 weeks. It stays in the same tonal family, which is completely acceptable when we talk about color age. So Vibracolor Permanent really does give you durable, long-lasting results. So some of the other unique pieces that are built into the line is we have a single inventory option as well with our color. You can take the permanent hair color and mix it with 1 part color, 1 part 00 clear in our DEMI line, and 1 part DEMI activating cream, and create a gentle semi-permanent hair color. I know in our salon it's a great tool to be used because we'll do permanent hair color at the scalp for great coverage where we need a little more alkalizer, and then we'll color balance or color refresh those mid shaft and ends using the gentle semi-permanent formula, and it's the same tube of color that we simply mix up and use the 00 clear. You can also use 00 clear just for happy, healthy, shiny hair directly onto the hair. If you want something a little more durable, you can do a durable DEMI-permanent hair color, which is 1 part color, 1 part perfectly clear, and 1 part DEMI-activating cream for a little more opaqueness to the hair. Again, if small percentages of gray, it's a beautiful tool to create a DEMI-permanent. If space is an issue for you in your salon or you don't want to carry that many pieces of inventory in your salon, really, again, maximizing your inventory and maximizing your ability to be creative. Our permanent hair color has 70 shades to choose from. They're permanent and they're completely intermixable. We have 5 permanent intensifiers, and these are unique because they actually are hair color. So they have ammonia in them so they can create lift at the same time. So they act like part of your hair color rather than just being a pigment that's packed into the color that ages out of the hair very quickly. So they actually have the ability to couple with your color as well. We also have 7 high lift shades in the hair that are designed to lift 4 levels from a level 6 on up to a 10 and really minimize that warmth that's built into the hair. So here's a great example of a quick case study of gray coverage, because of course as a colorist, gray coverage is going to be the most important part. Here's Lori with her gray poking out before a little bit of previous color. We just used 7-stroke-0, which is a level 7 neutral, and 7-stroke-7-7, which is our level 7 violet-based brown, intense brown, with 20 volume at their scalp, and then a little tonality on the ends, and added a few soft balayage highlights over the top. And you can see the finished result that we have going on with hair. Incredible gray coverage, but still very believable at the same time without being too opaque and still reflects light. Looks very modern and very youthful. Here we have Trixie. Trixie wanted to go for a really blonde look. She is a level 7 naturally, few sun highlights going on her hair. We used 11-stroke-1, which is our level 11 ash. So it's got a blue base to it, and we did 30 volume at the scalp and 40 volume on the ends, and you can see the incredible lift that you get out of it. One of the things that we're really known for at Vibracolor Permanent Hair Color is our high lift tints and how incredibly wonderful they are for lifting as well as toning that underlying pigment in the hair. And of course, what would life be like without a redhead? So this is our wonderful model, Andrea. And Andrea, we use 6-stroke 4-5, a level 6. It's a copper red. And we did 20 volume at the scalp and 30 volume on the ends. And you can see the incredible red lift that we get out of that hair. Now, the nice part about it, in our red family, we have Pyrazole technology. Again, it's that oxidative hair color. Rather than using direct dyes in our color, we use oxidative color, so you get better durability over a period of time. So the way that this ages is it's going to simply age up the chart if it ages at all. But better yet, when she changes her mind and you introduce lightener to that hair, it's going to go through a normal phase. And again, if you wanted to try any of these, we have some wonderful sample bags of blondes, reds, and brunettes for $22.95 that have a sampling of, as well as some lightener samples as well, if you wanted to give it a test and see what you thought. We also have our DEMI Permanent hair color line, which uses, it's a really incredible line with 27 DEMI Permanent intermixable shades. I don't know about you, but me as a hair colorist, I love the option of having something liquid that I can just put onto the hair and make it happy, healthy, and shiny. There's 5 DEMI sheer shades in this family and 4 intensifiers. Again, these are colors that partner with the hair color rather than just being an overlay that lays over the top of it. The DEMI, again, matches the permanent, so you can absolutely put permanent hair color at the scalp and refresh and color balance the mid-lengths and ends with your DEMI permanent. This is incredible for blending small percentages of gray. It's not progressive, so if it sits on longer than the recommended 20 minutes for processing, you're simply going to get more durability. There's no damage to the hair, and actually prevents damage and leaves the hair smooth, happy, healthy, and shiny. What we do with our DEMI Permanent is it's ammonia-free, so we use amino methylpropanol is the soft alkalizer that just gently softens the cuticle of the hair, allowing the color to do its job and sit just right underneath the shingles of the cuticle, giving us absolutely zero lift to the hair, making this an incredible toner, very soft gray coverage, and a really great tool to have in your toolbox. In our lightening family, we have a couple different lighteners. My go-to lightener that I like a lot is Creamlites, and Creamlites is designed with an extra thick oil base to it. This is incredible for balayage placements or just putting it exactly where you want. It doesn't run or imprint on the surrounding hair. It uses essential oils and leaves the hair in absolutely incredible shape. For those popular balayage and ombre looks, this is an incredible tool to have in your toolbox. Powderlites is our go-to lightener when we want a lot of lift out of the hair, up to 7 levels of lift out of the hair, soft, fresh fragrance, essential oils, and collagen to protect not only the hair but the scalp at the same time, and that blue base to give us control of that warmth in the hair. So it's an incredible tool to be used behind the chair. Here's a great example of a case study. This is Maddie. Maddie before. She has some fine hair, and she's about a level 7, some old highlights on the mid-lengths and ends. And we lightened Maddie using Powderlites in 10 volume at the scalp and 20 volume at the ends. We toned her using a durable DEMI formulation of 10-stroke 8, which is our 10V, and we've created that semi-permanent shade over the top of her hair, and you can see that beautiful platinum finish to that hair using Powderlites. Great overview of the tools that are in it, and what would your toolbox be without the finishing tools or the insurance for your guest for home. So this is where we introduced to our guest Vibracolor Sensation. Vibracolor Sensation is a 3-part system that you want to retail to your clients for home. Of course, they would never take home that beautiful lingerie and wash it in the laundry. Of course, they'd want to hand wash it. And the same thing goes with your hair. Treat it like it's your delicates, and that's where Vibracolor Sensation comes into place. Using incredible sunflower seed extract to prevent the color from aging or fading, and introducing Cerasil technology to the hair. Cerasil technology uses sericin, which comes from the cocoon of the butterfly. So it's a combination of amino acids that rebuild the hair from the inside out, sealing that hair and giving it incredible, incredible durability to the color. As always, paraben-free, sulfate-free. This is your fade prevention system: shampoo, conditioner, and leave-in for your guests for home. I always like to tell people, it's just like skincare. You have 3 parts to good skincare: cleanse, tone, and moisturize. So your Vibracolor Sensation shampoo is going to be your cleanser. Your Vibracolor Sensation conditioner is going to be your toner. You're going to rinse that out, and then put a little bit of Vibracolor Sensation leave-in in the hair, and that's going to act like your moisturizer, creating a wonderful palette for you to put your styling aids over the top of and ensure durable, long-lasting color. So again, as Gary said at the very beginning of this, if you want to join us on some of the areas and have more conversation about this a little bit later, I believe this is going to be on YouTube later, Gary. Is that correct?
It will be. We'll be posting the video to YouTube this afternoon so that you can share it with others who are interested in finding out more about our color, as well as share it with colleagues who missed the webinar. Be sure
Beautiful.
to join us.
Extend that conversation on Facebook on Brocato Today, as well as post those pictures to Instagram and chit chat with us on Twitter. It's vitally important. Some of us check that
And
regularly.
we're interested in your feedback and hearing your comments as well. Thanks for being with us today. We appreciate it.